Do you know that the rental business will boom with blockchain technology? Wondering how? Do watch my video completely so that you will understand how blockchain will help the rental business in reaching new heights. Well, before we jump into the topic, let me introduce myself, Rameshwar Amancha, founder of Blockchain Experts Club, and also a certified blockchain solution architect. Coming to today's topic, how blockchain will help rental businesses, or how rental business will boom with blockchain technology. Well, it's with a concept of multiple ownership. A single asset or a single expensive asset can be owned by multiple people. Right now, let's take an example of a Rolls-Royce. Maybe you wanted to rent a Rolls-Royce, and in order to do that, you have to spend huge amount to buy that. And first of all, I don't think so they will offer a Rolls-Royce to a person who is going to give his vehicle for the rental. So that's a bad example. Let's take an example of a very expensive camera with a zoom lens and a high-end camera. And now there are n number of enthusiasts, photography enthusiasts, who wanted to use the camera but they can't afford it. As I said, I'm ignoring the Rolls-Royce. I'm going to talk about only the expensive camera gear. That's our example. Let's jump into details on how it can be done. How? Again, it's using the blockchain technology, and as I said, this can be owned by multiple people. So let's say a group of friends who came together to buy this camera, or maybe group of business people. If the camera is costing about let's say 10 lakh rupees, instead of spending 10 lakh by one particular person, one person can contribute 3 lakhs, other person contribute 2 lakhs, or maybe other person 5 lakhs in case of, let's say, 3 people owning it. So the percentage of ownership is based on how much they're contributing towards the purchase of that particular asset. And now let's say one person decided, okay, I don't want to spend 5 lakhs on this one. Maybe I wanted to sell my stake, similar to what we do in the company stakes. A person can sell his stake so that other person can buy, or maybe not just one person. Let's say a person who spent 5 lakhs on this camera, he can sell his stake to 5 more people, 1 lakh each, or maybe 2 people, 2 and 3, or maybe 2.5 each. So this way, the ownership is not with a single person. Any number of people can own it. And again, the percentage of the ownership can change. Let's say right now I spent about 50% ownership on that device, and tomorrow I see that, okay, I wanted to buy more from my partners, and because the income is much better, maybe I have some more money which I can spend on it. The ownership can be changed. I can buy more, or I can sell with confidence to other parties. So this is how you're gonna own a single asset across. So this is how multiple people can own single asset. This applies to any number of examples. I've taken up only a camera gear, but you take up a rental car, you take up let's say Airbus. Probably people can buy an Airbus. Who can imagine that one person can own an Airbus? Maybe a private jet. These are very expensive and one person cannot afford. Now, of course, there are ultra rich people, they can afford it, but I'm talking about in general people who cannot afford these expensive items. So with the blockchain, that is pretty much possible, and this is the huge advantage for the rental business, because the rental owners or people who are running these rental businesses can do multiple things on a multiple assets. So instead of owning one particular asset, they can distribute their funds on a multiple. So they're actually reducing their risk. So I'll talk about the benefits. So let's move on to the benefits of having this single expensive asset owned by multiple people. The first benefit, as we discussed, is low investment. You're not spending heavy on the purchase of that particular investment. Let's take, if you want to buy a Boeing, instead of spending millions of dollars, you pull up with maybe 100 people or maybe 1,000 people to buy that particular asset, right? So that's a low investment. The second benefit is consistent income. When you do a calculation, let's say now maybe Ola and Uber running fantastic, maybe you want to invest in your money, and maybe you want to invest your money on a cab and give it to Ola or Uber, or maybe you think camera gears are running on a high demand, you can invest there, and whichever is giving a consistent rental income. So you just have to do a basic market research and see which is giving a rental income. Or probably one more example is now owning a property, and owning a apartment in the high-rise building, or maybe ultra posh locality. Instead of owning one person, let's have 5 people own it, and each one can share their own rent. So there's always a consistent income for you as a passive income, or maybe it could be a mainstream line income for you. So you're diversifying your income sources. So instead of putting entire money into one particular asset, you can distribute that into different assets to get you consistent income from anywhere in the world. You just don't have to be in the same city. You go outside the city, go outside the nation to buy different assets, and it will get you consistent income regardless of the market condition or maybe weather conditions. Let's move on to the third, low risk. So when you have when multiple people are having ownership on that particular asset, the risk is lower, because you already taken a calculated risk whether you should own that particular asset or not. And if that particular asset is not performing, let's say you bought a camera but there's no demand, and your risk is low because you haven't invested much, and at the same time something happened to that particular device, maybe something stolen, or maybe the device stopped working, you are sharing that risk with multiple people. In case of a single ownership, the risk is completely on you. So that is a huge advantage of using blockchain and multiple ownership of a single asset. And finally, as I said, you can earn income across the globe. You don't have to own a single car, or maybe single Boeing, or maybe single apartment in particular city or a town. You can own multiple assets anywhere in the world. May not be for income, or maybe you want to put up as an investment for a later selling. So that is possible with the single asset ownership by multiple people. Maybe I want to buy an apartment in Paris and I'll give it for a rental, or maybe I buy a luxurious apartment or villa in New York City and give it for rental. Put it on an Airbnb and you'll get the returns. And you're not putting entire money by yourself. You're sharing that amount with multiple people. Even it could be more than 100 people owning that particular property, and each one will get their own share. I hope I gave a good example there. And to surprise you, I'm going to give one more example. You might own a spaceship, right? You heard it. Billions of dollars. Now the spaceships, or maybe the space travel, is going to increase as we are going into 2025 or maybe 2030. A lot of rich people wanted to experience the space. So instead of just Elon Musk, or instead of just SpaceX or NASA, or maybe some of the upcoming space company, you can own a spaceship, right? And you can earn something when somebody goes to space. That is the power of blockchain, and that's how blockchain can boost rental income for various people. As I said, it's gonna be a boom the rental business will be a boom with blockchain. If you have any other example, feel free to put that in the comments and let other people know what else blockchain can do, especially with a multiple ownership of a single asset, and what else you can buy. I would be happy to read your comments. I said spaceship, but what else you can buy? If you really liked this video, just subscribe to my channel and put a like button and share it with your family members so that they will also understand how blockchain will shape the future and how blockchain will impact you in the future. It's not just the developers or the architects or the individuals or the technical people. Even the normal people will be impacted with the blockchain technology. So that's how the industry is going to evolve in the future. We have seen the internet evaluation, and now you'll be seeing blockchain evaluation. That's it on this video. I hope I've added some really valuable information about blockchain to you and how rental business will boom with blockchain. If you wanted to know more, do subscribe to my channel, and also I have an exclusive VIP group for the blockchain seekers. So make sure to join that group so that you get a constant update from me, and also you can ask some questions and get some responses from the group members. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye for now.